Virgo, welcome. It's Erin here, Erin Scott with the Alchemy of Holism. I have some Palo Santo here that I just wanted to burn a little bit. Today I'm called to do that. I haven't been doing it with the other live streams, but it feels good today. Plus I'm wanting the smell. I'm wanting it. Yeah, but it feels good. Okay, so you're getting a little Palo Santo in there. So listen, it's a big week. A lot of you have already been, following the news. But in all seriousness, it is a very, very significant week. I'm tapping in right now to the new moon cycle, the Taurus new moon cycle. The sun and moon will be conjunct at 24 degrees, 36 minutes of Taurus. And essentially within a few hours, Uranus ingresses into Taurus after 7 years being in Aries. And it's significant because the Taurian archetype and the change associated with that archetype of manifest physical reality, body systems, food systems, earth systems, are all up now for major focus. And it's, again, there's no accident that there's this total correlation with new moon Taurus happening at the same day, on the same day, at the same time, with Uranus moving into Taurus, right? So let's talk about it for you. Now, I have my Siri deck here. I'm going to pull one of these cards as a main growth edge for you over the course of the cycle. But I have my gouache paints here, and I have my charcoal pencils. And I am going to just tap in. We're going to see what pictures, forms, symbols, images want to come through, need to come through for you. Okay. So let me just tap in, Virgo, and then we'll talk some more about what's coming through here. Okay, so I'm getting music. Music is wanting to come through for you. I don't know what that means yet, but let's finish seeing the images coming. Sound, frequency, vibration. I will say that came through a lot for Pisces too. I think it was Pisces. So for those of you with a lot of Virgo, Pisces energy in your chart, in your natal chart, or in your progress chart, frequency, sound, and vibration is definitely a topic of the new human, certainly, which is what's happening with this Uranus-Taurus activation. But I definitely get that this month ahead is activating. It's starting it. There's something beginning with the whole frequency narrative. Sound. Sound is healer. Make sure you can see it okay. Yeah. Yeah. So Virgo, I hope you're well. One thing that I will say to you as I'm doing this is I'm conducting my own May Mastery Month, where I started with a 3-day fast, and I've been doing a cleanse, all vegan throughout May and probably beyond. I've been doing vegan on and off since my vegetarian life started at 19 for, on and off for many years. But I'm doing vegan and mostly living foods, raw foods in the month of May. And I'm posting multiple times a day on Instagram. So you can, if you want to follow me, if you're interested in, if you've been getting a call to alter your diet, your food, your processes, go ahead and find the link below and follow me on Instagram if you'd like. Virgo, you're getting the church bells, which is really nice, especially with me drawing these, because I definitely get what this is. This feels really good for you. So for those of you watching, for those of you Virgos watching that are not currently following my Facebook page, I also want to say that there are some postings on there that I feel I want to tell you about. So if you're not following currently on my Facebook page too, you might be interested in, I don't know, seeing what I post there with regards to collective topical issues and stuff that needs to be communicated, which will probably end up coming out on video. But until then, you can find me there. You can find some good posting, some relevant, poignant postings. Sometimes they're light postings too, but other times they're more significant. So this is Dragon here. My kitty cat's here. He wanted to say hi to Virgo. So Virgo, I don't know, nothing else wants to come. I'm definitely going to pull a card for you, but let's talk about what's coming here. I mean, this particular, there's a couple things. First, this shape wanted to come, this form, and then it came in water first, but then ultimately it wanted to be green. And I want to make sure you can see it. Okay. And it almost felt like a music, I don't know what is called a clef, some sort of a music symbol, but it's not. But when I was drawing it, it felt like frequency. It felt like vibration. It felt like music. And because it wanted to come in as green versus any other color that I have here on my palette, what I would say with this is there's some new growth of sound that a lot of you during this month ahead are tapping into. It could be that some of you are getting, that you're hearing, you're connecting more with entities around you. And it could be that you're hearing more. Your clairaudience might be picking up for some of you. But I also get that you're tuning into your higher frequency as well. So there's some sort of frequency element that is growing within a lot of you over the course of the cycle. And this is, again, tapping in also to the larger 7-year cycle that we're going into. So frequency is growing, your ability to hear it and your ability to maybe actualize it within yourself, okay? Now, this black, this is in gray. You can see this in gray, but it's a black paint that came through, meaning the gouache is black. But this, let's say, gray-black collapsed form, it's a V, you know, certainly for Virgo, but that ultimately became a vase. But this kind of cavern or a dip, it's some sort of a crevasse or a cavern. There's something here that is surrounded by this brown color. So maybe some shadow, some darkness that might be inside this during the cycle has become, number one, the substrate for soil. This is in brown, okay? So let's say the negativity or the crevasse or the cavern has become the substrate for soil, which is bringing forward growth. Now, in these terms as well, the form of it became a vase ultimately. So thus, any darkness that you've been experiencing for years has now, it's starting to hold or become the container through which you hold new growth. And this is all your growth. This is all you. Here, there's 1, 2, 3 stems with 3 blue flowers, okay? So any negativity is the container for your new growth. It's holding it. There's 3, and 3 does talk about community, communion, coming together, talks about networks and neighbors. It talks about creativity, and it talks about communication. And blue flowers, blue is also referring to or is associated with spirituality. And it also is about communication. So it could be that a lot of the Virgos this month are activating either new ways of communicating what they're hearing, okay, or new things that they're hearing. So you're communicating either new modalities of sensing energy to your clients, to your friends, to your family, whoever it is, but you're communicating something. So it's either a new modality of sensing energy or you're communicating what you are hearing, okay? Here, there's this horizon line in brown, ultimately became brown, with red underneath it. And what I get is that the horizon line, perhaps, underneath this big vase of your life experience that's now the container through which it holds new growth. There's also the horizon line where you see this brown line, which I find interesting because there's been several, not all of them, but there's been a handful of signs over the course of this channeling process for this new moon cycle where soil has come into play, brown, sometimes even treeless or it's like fresh soil. And what I get for you is that there's a layer of soil here that doesn't have any growth coming out from it, but underpinning it is energy. And I see this for you as vital life force energy. I don't see it as anger or rage. I don't see it as anything other than juice, passion. So for some of you, you're really feeling at a new place with any darkness that you've been feeling, a dark chapter. You're getting maybe that's been the soil, the compost. Your life experience has been the compost through which now it's going to feed the growth that you're bringing, what you're bringing to clients, what you're bringing to family and friends, what you're bringing to your collective, in your sphere, your community. So there is vital life force underpinning some new layer of growth that you're now accessing. You're feeling it. And keep in mind, Uranus is physical reality. It is matter, right? So let's go ahead. We're going to get a little more information here. This is my Siri deck. It's my own deck, 144 cards. I've not used it in a while for the public channel. And I want to pull a card for you to see what a main growth edge is, okay? For your month ahead, and also it's going to tune into your next 7-year cycle as well. I think for some of you, though, some of you Virgos are very interested in food, diet, exercise, perhaps even wild foods and foraging. So for those of you intrigued, yeah, follow me on Instagram. Okay. Virgo. Wow, Virgo. Now you're getting Portal. Now this is a 144 card deck. Okay. You're getting Portal. Okay. This is the same card that came for Aries. So if you're a Virgo that has a lot of Aries in your birth chart, or if you have a lot of Aries in your progress chart, you want to look at that reading. Now, just like I did with Aries, I'm going to pull another card to expound upon Portal. Portal is talking about the temporary now, your current chapter. So there's something about the now that needs your attention. Portal is saying your growth edge is to not reminisce and live in the past and not project that past onto the future. It's about being present in your process now during this chapter, this portal of time. Wow. Let's see what wants to come. Now, what wants to expound upon Portal for Virgo? Writing. Okay, now I want to make sure you can see the image. That's an owl in this image, okay? This owl is writing. This is from, I think, Guardians of Light, that film. I can't remember the exact name of the film, but it's like the Guardians or the Guardians of Light. It's the animated film with owls. Anyway, writing and owls, both of these are coming through as a symbol for you specifically, I would say. Now, the message for you, the guidance for you over the course of this month and 7-year cycle ahead is to be in present moment awareness. Don't live in the past. Don't project upon the future. The only truth is now. I'm going to repeat that. The only truth is now. And communicate. Writing can talk about generalized communication, but writing is also talking about, for those of you that have been wanting to express yourself. And by the way, this can also be music. So for those of you, for some of you, this is going to resonate because there's no accident why a musical symbol wanted to come through here. This is not that. This is not a musical symbol, but the idea of that came through when I was drawing this loop. And so for some of you, writing music or playing music, communicating music, writing, expressing, right? This is expressing who you are. And it could be via sound frequency, okay? So this is about using your life, because your life is no accident. Your wounds are no accident. It's aligned. It's part of your soul print. So, by the way, for those who are ready to get clear on who they are and what their mastery trajectory is, go to thealchemyofholism.com. It's critical now to understand who you are. What's your story and why are you here and what's the mastery trajectory? But here, a lot of you are using it for compost, which is exactly what you're supposed to do. But the growth edge for all of you is to use this time, be present moment awareness, be in this vehicle and communicate. It's a time now too. This portal of time is a time to either write your book, your blog, your whatever it is, or write that screenplay, write that music piece, that score, right? So this is big, everybody. This is very big. It's very juicy. All right, I'm sending you all so much love. TheAlchemyofHolism.com. Be in touch to get clear. Be in touch about the Holosynthesis work. My combination of Byron Katie's The Work into evolutionary astrology and living systems is the work that I do. It's soul alignment work. It's all about getting clean, clear, aligned, and free. That's what it's all about. So be in touch. For those that are interested in weekly, I don't know if I said this earlier, but for weekly live streams, my $11 a month patrons and I connect once a week on a live stream. And I talk about the astrology, the symbology of the week ahead, and also with your participatory guidance, offer guidance for the week ahead. And there's a bi-weekly card pull every Monday, every Friday. So you're welcome to join. All the links are below. I'll see you soon, everybody. Bye-bye. Sending you love.